Oh, my mic. Damn. Went out kind of quick. There we go. Damn. Took me all day to get that shit done. All right. Let me switch that up to this one. Switch that. I'll let you know when it's working. Okay. That's what is it charged? At 100. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Alrighty. Boom. That's charged. This is in here. Says my full name. It says that on it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clearly. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clearly.
Yeah, how's it
Yeah.
going with you?
Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. Go ahead.
So how's it going? It's me.
You said, how's it going? Let me turn my fan off. It's because I got my window open and it's raining and my fan is on three to try to get the
Mm.
wind from the window coming
Mm.
into my room. But it feels beautiful, but I turned it
Or
off.
or it's because you had turned me down. So let me just turn it. Let me turn me up.
Yeah, I turned you down.
Don't worry, I'll be loud enough.
Dude, why are you so loud, dude?
Dude,
But no, I hear you. You said, what's the
don't
T?
worry. It's gonna be a little bit more loud. Do you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah. You know how you
Do you
turn
hear me
yourself up. I
more?
could have just turned you up. Now they gonna join you and say, "Oh my God, you're too loud." You
Because
know
of
how they
you,
gonna
bro.
be, bro. Don't blame me. I could have just turned you up. You the one who. I'm gonna just turn myself up. Look at
I
that.
didn't have a problem with me being loud. That's the crazy thing. You guys did.
Man, cause you loud as shit. But
Back in the day, it used to be the opposite. It was, oh my god,
oh
sir,
my,
can you come in the mic?
my God, this how you was. You was like this, and then you would stay quiet at the same time. Like, see how you can barely. You probably even hear me. That's how you were.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, what'd you say?
Literally. But no, ain't no tea. For real, for real. Just chilling. I was
Mm.
waiting for Jazz to join, honestly, but I'm waiting for more people to join. But got my permit. Okay, got my permit today. Um,
Not trying to scream too well.
yeah, but it was
That's good.
that ain't. I knew it was gonna pass. Ain't not that. But
Period.
the part that got me is the fucking niggas at the NV. Whoa, the fucking fat ass lady. Let me. And I said it like that only because of this. I'm about to explain to you a
Mm.
story. Of course, I'm about to explain it again, but I'm gonna explain it to you right now. So I get there. Appointment at 10:45 a.m. Get there on time, and now you don't have to like go to the front desk or anything. Like, you know how you go there and it's appointment line. It's they don't have the
Mhm.
appointment line no more. You can just like let them know that you're here and check in. So you check in or whatever on your phone, and they say okay, you should be getting called within 5 to 10 minutes. My number was H425. I'll never forget this number now. Um, so I'm sitting there and I'm just chilling, nervous. I'm like, oh my god, I'm here by myself. She didn't go with me this time. He go tomorrow. He couldn't get the time to go with me. And I said, oh shoot, I'm here by myself. So it's cool. But I wasn't nervous because of that. I was nervous because the process. Like I never had to go retake a permit test. I always went to take a permit test. If you know what I'm talking about. Like I had to schedule to take my permit test. If you
Mhm.
put a reschedule in, that means you came before 7 days was up. But anyway, I'm gonna get to that too. I'm gonna get to all that. Lots of answers too. So I sat there for like 45 minutes, right? I want you to watch. Just keep the time. It was my appointment was 10:45. So I sat there for like 45 minutes, and I see my number on the board because you know how you can see what's upcoming. It said H425. So I check my phone again. The notification says you should be getting called up any minute now, any moment now. But the under details, because it tell your details, I don't know why. Under details, it said, hey, it looked like you left the office. So I'm like, huh? I didn't leave the office. I'm sitting right here. So I ain't paying no mind to that. So next thing you know, my number was about to be called next, and literally all of the H's on the fucking board vanished, including mine. So I'm like, okay, maybe they just got to do a giant wave. They better call like Mead and somebody else, all the H's after each other. I'm like, I'm not, it's 10 in the morning. People make mistakes. So I'm sitting there. So I sat there for like a whole nother hour, bro. So that's when I started tapping my hand on the desk, like I've been on a little metal seats. I'm like, okay, and it was kind of loud, but because I
Mhm.
wasn't getting like frustrated, but I was like, okay, nobody said, hey, is you Demetrius or is that anybody H425? You know how they like if something happened, they call your number. You know what I'm saying? So I was expecting that. So I'm looking at everybody walking by. People looking at me like, who the fuck this is? Why are you looking? You know what I'm saying? So And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I texted. I think I texted Sheen. No, he texted me. He was like, hey, what's going on? I said, bro, all my numbers vanished. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm mad. So he said, Lord, just let me know. Keep me updated. Because nothing never happens to me at the NBA. It always happened to him. So that's why he's so like you know. So
Ah.
so yeah. So he said, keep me posted. So I said, all right. I said, I might gotta take matters in my own hand. So he said, all right, do what you gotta do. So I said, okay. So I sat right there. I brainstormed for 25 more minutes, like listening to see if they gonna originally call my number, just in case, like maybe people had appointments ahead of me. Maybe they just tried to fill this all up H, because they was calling more H's, but the H's that they was calling was like H438. Mine's H425. So I'm like, okay, Demetrius, let's see what's going on. So within that 25 minutes, I let another 15 minutes go by because I was really thinking about like where should I approach, how I should approach this. So I said, fuck this shit. I said, I'm going back to the Texan Center. I'm about to talk to this. I'm about to talk to somebody, see what's happening on. By that time, it was like 11:45. Just keep in mind, it was like 11:45. I've roughly been there for like an hour already. Okay. So I go into the Texan Center and I asked the lady. I said, "This the fat, light-skinned lady. Looked like she had a bob on. I should have go on her dumb ass." But anyway, I go in and I say, "Hey, they haven't called my number, but all the H's on the board have disappeared. I kind of been seeing it for an hour, so I'm not sure if my number has been called or something happened or anything." She said, "Do you have the paper?" And I said, "What paper?" She said, "The paper that you use to retake your exam." I said, "Oh yeah, I have it." She looked at it. She scanned the little barcode on it. She said, "Oh, this is too old. You gotta get reprocessed." I'm like,
Mm.
"Oh." I said, "Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay." She said, she said to sit back down, have them call your number, like to listen for the number, the same number. I said, so wait, I got to sit back down. I said, I already been here for an hour and stuff like that. They haven't called it or any queue line or anything. Add me to another line and a queue. She said, and I said, I said, I said, what? She said, and
Mm.
I like was confused and
Peyton was
stunned.
Peyton was just saying that people be trying him, or people was trying him. I don't know what it is like nowadays.
Like, nah, bruh.
They
But sir,
trying.
she literally told me, and I said, I've been saying it for an hour. My number haven't been called. She said,
I
and
get you.
no,
That's wild.
like
Oh,
you,
you
I
saying I
want you
don't
to
get it?
no, I know you
Okay,
get it, but I'm
sorry.
just saying she really said
Okay,
that to me though. Like she
that's
really
crazy.
said she said that to me, bro. Like and I
Why?
knew
Why are you so stunned?
I'm stunned because Ann is crazy. But is it ain't ABA like government? Is that like a government type job ish?
It's the state
Oh yeah, for the
because
state.
each
Okay,
state,
state and government. Okay, right, right,
yeah,
right, 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 right. I'm okay.
it's not federal, but it's state
It's
government.
state government. Okay,
It's like it's like the post office because the
right.
post office gets benefits, but they're not the government because anybody, well not anybody, but people can work there. They have access to apply and stuff a lot easier than other state or federal government. So yeah, I see
Okay.
what you're saying though.
So when she said Ann, and she chewing bubble gum like popping it like son,
Mm.
like son,
That's how
son.
you know she was a hire that someone referred.
So I said, okay. So I hit my desk like I kind of like I had my hand. It's hard to explain, but you know how you hold a folder, but you holding it by like the longer side. So I did that, and I kind of like hit the desk and like just walked out. I said, okay. I sat back down. I said maybe she was right. Maybe let me just sit down and wait a little bit more longer. So I waited for a whole nother hour and 20 fucking minutes. So I sat there and I waited for that hour 20 minutes and I went on my phone. And it still said, hey, it seemed like you left the office. It didn't say canceled. It didn't say nothing. It said my H425. That's what it said on there, right? So I'm like, so is it something I'm doing wrong? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's when accidentally I hit the back button on my my grandmother's phone and it said your appointment has been canceled. And then I checked my email. They canceled my email. They canceled my appointment at like 11:40, 11:30. By that time, it's like 12:40 right now. If I got the office and waited, it's like 12:40. So I'm like, they canceled when I was here, and I was wondering why all my H's has left the board. So after they canceled it, I was able to reschedule for another appointment. That appointment was at 1:45. So at that time, if I did the math right, what I said was 12:40, 12:30. At that time, I had to wait a whole nother, basically another hour and 10 minutes for the 1:45. I think what I say, 1:45, 1:30. Don't even fucking remember. I know it was run out time. I had to wait for
Mhm.
that appointment. So I sat down and I waited for the entire time, watching these faces leave. Like you should see how quickly they was leaving. It's like, and I've been here forever. So anyway, um, I didn't see my number on the board this time, so and I got scared. And it also told me, "Hey, look how you left the office," and I got real scared. I got real scared. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's doing the same shit," and I gotta go to that nasty ass lady again. So,
Mm.
but
And which MVA you go to?
Largo, I ain't going there no more. Fuck them
Mm.
niggas.
I
Um,
told you.
nah, I ain't going there no more. Only went there this time because I was comfortable with it and I wasn't traveling to Waldorf because
Yeah,
Waldorf was like $45 for Uber and I wasn't doing that. This was already 23, 25, 26. It was already 33 coming
but
back.
Beltsville,
Hmm. At, I got
that
one
is
more.
nicer.
Let me explain. I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna get to that point. Just let me get the story out the way.
Oh, okay.
All right. So then I checked my phone again. They said, hey, within 5 to 10 minutes we can be calling your name. And no, 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 no. Yeah, they said that, but they said, "Hey, we are ready for you at the counter TC." And I said, "What the fuck is counter TC?" So I got up, I pasted inside fucking NVA, looking weird, and I didn't see no TC counter or nothing because it's like a SC, is a TC, is a CU, it's all the 1 to 30, 1 to 40s, and I'm like, "What the fuck is TC?" So then I was walking back to my seat and I saw testing center. I said, "Oh, TC." So anyway, I go to the testing center and it's not the nasty ass lady. It's a Jamaican lady. She was a little mean muggage, really
Mm.
irritated me, but at the same time, I'm gonna explain to you the process. So I went in there and she's standing there looking at me, and I'm walking towards her, and I don't know why I expect people to have the same like mannerisms and like greeting as me. Like if I'm working for the NVA and somebody approaches us, I say, "Hey, how are you? You know, what are you here for? You know, how can I help you?" That's just normal standard. Son, I went to the desk there, bro. And she just stood right there staring at me. She kind of like looked at me like, "Hey, would you gonna say something?" And I'm like, "Bro, you're not the customer here. Like, what the fuck is you doing?" Like, she had me fucking blown. I said, "Yeah, hey, I'm here for the retake my permit." She said, "You had an appointment today?" She didn't say that yet, but she was typing like loud as shit and then clicking it. And okay, so she was like, "You had an appointment today?" Yeah, I said actually I had one at 10:45. Yeah, at that time it was like 1:40. I said I had one
Mm.
today at 10:45. I've been here, waiting for it. But and I tried to like skippily like run down the story to her. She cut me off. She was like, yeah, you was right in the wrong queue. I'm gonna just add you to the right queue. So I want you to go back out there. I want you to sit down, and then they're gonna call you within 5 to 10 minutes with the same number. This time they changed my number to 4238. I think.
But she
Eight,
said the same
eight.
number though.
No, I'm sorry, with a new number. No,
Okay.
the same number on the new reschedule when I rescheduled the 1:30. The reschedule for the new one was one
Oh.
H438, and the old one was H425. But the second one, that's what she said. But the same second number, H4238 or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I said okay. She said, okay, so just when they call you to desk, it's then come after me. We take the test. So I said, oh, okay. So I sat down. I waited for another probably like 35 minutes, and they finally called my fucking number. And by that time, I wasn't even nervous no more. My nerves was gone. My anxiety was gone. All that was gone. I was filled with pure rage. Felt like I was disrespected. I felt like nobody was even caring for me in the NBA. And I said I will never come back here ever again. And if I can give a rating on that lady specifically who ruined my entire day, I
You need
would.
to get used to saying, "Can I get your name?" when you're in services
No,
like
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no.
I'm
Sarah,
just saying.
on my life, on my life, on my life. If she was there that second time, I was gonna ask her that. I was gonna ask her that. I was literally gonna ask her that, but she wasn't there. On my life, I was gonna ask her that. And then I was so heated. I was gonna go back in there when I went there the second time when they called my number. I was gonna ask for her name, but the lady that was in there. I mean, let me get to that part.
Mhm.
Any chance are you free Friday, next Friday?
Friday, for what now?
Same thing.
Dad can't take you there.
Not he's gonna fall there, but not on the first day.
I'm only saying that is because I'm trying to find a day to get my driver's license. Now, like I said, they might call me in Thursday, and depending on when I'm free to actually go get my driver's license, I might not be free that Friday. That's my
I
thing.
just asked like, cause I mean they don't go by myself. I'm gonna
Who don't want you to go by yourself?
nobody.
Are they going with you?
No,
So why? I'm gonna leave that to another. I'm not even.
but yeah, that's the only reason
I
I'm
can't
asking.
give you an answer right now. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying yes or no. If I say yes and then I can't do it, you just wasted all this time and you could have found somebody to went with you.
Mm-hmm. Cause I for sure planned it for next Friday because the dates keep going back, and I kind of need it now. Like I need
You
it.
call that grandmother?
Yeah, but she said give her some time, and I don't want to be sound like I'm
Tomorrow
being
we gonna
picky.
call her. I'm gonna talk to her.
Okay.
That's
I'll free tomorrow. Never mind. Yeah. Wednesday. If you remember, can you to remind me that it's gonna be a recruiter coming here?
huh here.
Yes.
Ah yeah, cook.
No, no. It's a recruiter coming here, and I need to make sure I have everything. Or
Every-
just remind me.
Everything like what?
Identification. Well, that's all for. I got that, but I need. I under pressure, I crack every time.
Yeah,
I
you
freak out.
trash. You get that from dad,
I
bro.
freak out.
Dad don't even know how to tell left and right, young.
No,
That's
I can
crazy.
do that, but bro, his is gonna be so crazy. But no, it's not like a recruiter. Like it's just a military recruiter.
Military recruiter.
Yeah, I talked to him. He was like, "When am I free?"
Military. She going in the military?
Now he's going to the Air Force.
What?
Yeah, she going to the Air Force. She be flying.
That's so
You ain't
cool.
flying, are you?
I can, but no.
Cut.
No. I'm not doing. I'm not doing no planes. I'm not doing planes.
And so, oh, you doing IT stuff, right? That's what you said, right? Nah,
I'm just gonna be the middleman. You get
Min-
paid more by being a middleman.
Minuteman for. I thought you said IT.
No, remember when you said to do something that you want to do forever, and that's what.
Okay. So you never really told me though. You
Oh, did it? Oh, well, business communication. So, well, since
business
y'all,
communication.
yeah,
Period.
That's their major right away,
how do you feel about that?
Period.
Like, what's their?
huh?
How do you guys like it?
But Sarah, she the
It's
only
not
one in the part.
guys. I'm the. What do you mean? I'm the only one that was
Here,
in
here,
business.
here, here, here. Talk to me.
Hi, I can hear you guys.
Hi. It's only me.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I was asking like how you like it. What does the major consist of? And she can hear me.
Yeah, she hears
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I
Just have
can
to get the
hear
microphone close to you.
you.
Well, well, you keep falling.
Hi.
First, your head is big,
Hey, son.
bro.
Uh,
But what did a major consist of? Like how? What's going on?
um, have you started already? Or you're a senior?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Hmm. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I did business management.
Mhm.
Business communication is like, just think of it like this. How are you able to effectively communicate between businesses? And then you're obviously going to do your electives like accounting, economics, those, but they're really going to focus on, your communication styles. It's like being a communication major,
Mhm.
but solely about business. How to
Okay.
operate a business, how to be able to talk to investors and things like that. You'll do presentations, the business law, like things like that.
Okay. Well, that was all.
And it's
Thank you.
really fun
She,
and nice.
I know. I know. So
Mhm.
wait,
Mhm.
isn't that David's sister?
no, that's Sarah. Jasmine
I
is
thought that was
David.
Sarah.
No, that's Jesus Christ.
Cause I'm gonna say presentation. It's just like 3DE. We do presentations 20. Well, I do.
3DE. What is 3DE? Cooked.
You know,
Bro, I
what?
have been in there like a year. I
She
swear to
said,
God.
"What is?"
Come on,
Hey, get
come on, guys.
ma.
Come on, guys.
Go, mama. Get out.
All dogs in the.
Not on the bed. Get off
Cage,
my satin
cage,
sheet, man.
cage, cage, cage.
My bad, my bad. She jumped on my side.
Come
She
on,
don't like.
catch. Come on, catch. All you gotta do is leave. I ain't gonna put you in the cage. Thank you.
All right. What did we leave off, sir?
If I'm being honest,
Well, you forgot. All right. So yeah,
I
they was
forgot
calling my
too.
number. It was yeah, I remember now. They was calling my
Okay.
number, and I was walking to the guy. Guy was cool, a little too cool. Nigga yawning, sneezing and shit, coughing and stretching in his seat. But anyway, that ain't besides the point. He
Mm.
got the shit done. So I told him, I said, hey, I need to change my last name also on there. She said, what you got a name change? I said, nah, I just needed the lady spelled it wrong, and I been dumb. And I confirmed it and stuff like that. He said, okay, just what's your name? I said WILS, and I just explained it to him. Yada yada yada. He said, all right, well, the study's gonna last with you for the 7 days, well, 6 days. You failed the test, it's coming back within 6 days. You can do it over again. And yeah, so I went in and I took my test. And then the lady that was in it was not the Jamaican lady. It was another lady. She was like a little bit older, got a little dreads. And she's like, um, here for your permit test. And I said, I'm like, okay, somebody know how to speak. So she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I mean. And I gave her the sheet because they give you the sheet and then scan the barcode, yada, yada, yada. So I took my permit test. I was speed blitzing the questions. And it was easy as shit for some serious reason. Shit was easier than last time. No bicycle questions, no none of that. So I literally passed it. I only got one wrong because I was being a little too overconfident. And she said, oh, and congratulations for passing and stuff like that. It's gonna be 65. Oh no, she said $60. Like, fucking $60? What the fuck? So anyway,
Mhm.
I was about to say 50 was cool, but 60 is outrageous.
I
So
don't think I paid 50. That's even the
I
crazier
paid
part. Like,
50 because I had my old sheet, and on the sheet it said $50, and I remember it because I got the sheet. Like,
I
so
think I either paid 30 or 40, but the
what?
fact that
Wait,
it's up
when
to
did you get your
60 is
permit
crazy.
though? Like, when did you get your permit? Was you
When
like,
2 years
what
ago, 3 years ago?
was it? Would you was 21 at that time? Because isn't it something like over
Actually,
21?
yeah.
It's like 18 and younger, and then it's 18 and over, and then I think it's in like 21 and over or some shit like that. I forgot how they bracket it. It's like a bracket little thing. I forgot. Don't ask
But
me. I don't
that's
fucking know.
how. But I thought that was the only. I thought that differs of how long you would hold your permit.
I don't listen, Sarah. I don't know. You act the
Because
wrong
right
nigga.
now we're 24. So you would probably only hold your permit for like 3 months before you can actually get your license.
Yeah, let me get to the answers part. So,
Okay.
um, she said, well, $60, and she kind of see me like I kind of like took it like a little like a sigh. It wasn't like a. How can I explain it? It was like a sigh, but it wasn't. I did like a
Mhm.
this release. She said, it's over. It's cool. It's over. I said, man. I said, I will
Crazy.
explain it to you. I will explain how crazy this day was to you, but I don't think you got the time because it was like three other people, two other people walking in. It was actually one guy, but then I seen somebody walking in towards the end when I was paying and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, she wouldn't have no time for me to tell the whole story. Because she seemed real cool. I was really going to tell her the story if I can get her name, the other fucking fast lady name. That's why I was going to lead that story on like that. I was going to have her give me the name.
Mm.
But, so she was like, okay, so here's this paper. She said, you did your driving school already? And I said, yes, I did.
Mm.
She said, oh, okay, so you can just schedule your I did do my driving school. She was like, oh yeah, you can just schedule your on road test, anytime after today. And I said, oh, okay, that's a
Mm.
bet.
Bro, I don't think that's how that works. Wait.
Hey,
Okay. If it works out, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not going against your grain right now. But you literally just got a new permit. You have to hold that permit for 3 months.
not. But listen,
Then,
she said she did ask me. She says, how old are you? 24. I said, yeah. And that's when she gave me the paper and she said, "Hey, you can take your driving. You say, do you take your driving school?" I said, "Yeah."
mm,
And then she said, "Okay, you can just schedule your on road test with us anything after today, literally." So I mean, hey,
okay. Just so you don't get surprised, well, I'm gonna tell you how it was supposed to go. You you get your permit, I know from if after 18, oh no, I think it's 18 and older, you're able to hold it for only 3 months. After you go to driving school, and I mean, each driving school is different from my understanding. So just because my driving school did a certain thing versus Jasmine's versus David's, because we took it at different time periods, doesn't mean that it's valid. So I'm not gonna say whether or not your driving school was expired or not after you take driving school and after holding your permit for a certain amount of months is when you're able to take the driving test. Because think of it like this, Demetrius. You're gonna have to reach out to your driving school to send over the records to the MVA because they staple something when you're
They
about
already
to.
say I already talked to my driving school already. They already
Oh,
said
what they say?
they already said that NVA should have their documents, and the lady said that what the NVA actually be saying don't be actually true because each driving school varies, like you just said. And she said, well, from her knowledge of working for that driving school and just in general, she noticed that majority of the people that had their licenses and shit like that from there had their records kept on the NVA for she said like 3 to 4 years, 4 to 5, some shit like that. She said push. Oh yeah, she said 3 to 4 years is cool, but 4 to 5 years is pushing it. So she said just get it done as fast as you can, but your records should still be in the NVA database because we didn't. It's still saying like on her end, she said it still say like transmitted or some shit like that. So I said, oh okay, that's fine. I said that's absolutely fine with me. So she was like, yeah. So don't worry, just trying to get it done as fast as possible. She said, any more questions, just call her in the back, and I got her number and all that. So I mean, if and what I do know, if I go online, like let me give you an example why I think this is going to solidify or not. If I go online and try to set up an appointment to do my own road test, and they give me like an error or it don't allow me to, I guess you can say, or I get there and they tell me something, I guess you can say, hey, okay, guess something going on with the driving school. But the only reason I say that is because when I tried to make another appointment for another NVA, because I was going to leave from Lago to go to Waldorf, but it was too expensive. But when I tried that, they asked me, they literally declined me. I couldn't make a new appointment. I couldn't make an appointment there, nor can I make an appointment at Lago, because I guess it was appointment in progress, because it said I was still in progress, and that's before I hit the back button and it was canceled in quotation marks, because like, but anyway, don't even want to get back on that because it's gonna be me mad. But it didn't allow me to make an appointment. So now, with that being said, if it don't allow me to make an appointment, then I can just assume that it's an issue going on, and I can't take my road test until I speak to them or some shit like that. That's my way of just trying
Oh,
to crank it down.
so you spoke to the MVA specialist. You've already spoke to driving school. So all they said was just to take your test.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's the case, you literally just vetted your way into getting your license as soon as possible. Because I'm telling you, Demetrius, that's not how it's supposed to be. At least the only thing that doesn't sound right is the fact that your permit expired. Even though you did driving school, your permit expired. So that means that whole process was supposed to start over. So
like I
technically,
listen, like I said
no.
though,
I'm just
my
saying that's the
driving
only
school
thing.
told me that. That's what my driving school told me. And they said it's
Oh,
still transmitted. She said they still got my records. So I said, oh, okay. And then I said, when I go back to take my new permit, I was going to question her. She even asked me before I even questioned her. I was going to say, hey, so I did my driver's school already. Do I have to do it again? That's what I was going to ask her. But she said, hey, you 24, right? Did you take your driver's school? I said, yeah. I said, yeah. And she said, okay, just schedule you on road to drive with us. And I said, no, no.
mm. And you're
Because
gonna go to
she,
Largo?
and look, and then she knew already that I just took a new permit. So like, hey,
But that don't make sense to me. Do you understand that don't make
sir,
sense?
listen. I understand it don't make sense, but listen to me. You hear me? If it
Mm.
don't make sense and it's going in my
Mm.
favor, I'm not
Yeah,
complaining.
yeah, don't question it.
I'm not complaining, not at all.
Yeah.
But that's my little jank. So then took my picture. I kind of see my picture a little bit. My hair is I got a lot of hair. I should have lifted my head up a little bit. My hair was like kind of low, so like my whole entire like background of you know how I got a little background is full of hair, so it's kind of gonna be looking weird. But yeah, it's cool. But I
Yeah,
think I'm
that's
gonna get the
cool.
I think I'm gonna get the vertical card though. Hey, no horizontal
Oh,
card.
you
No, wait,
are.
the vertical or horizontal?
No,
Which one I'm getting?
the whatever the one.
Horizontal,
What
the
is
one that's the longer
horizontal?
way. The longer way,
Yeah, the
horizontal.
long way. Yeah,
Hey, let's
that's what you're gonna get.
go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you only get that when after you turn 21. Oh, it's kind of funny that you said that because I got the letter saying that I can transfer my provisional license to my regular driver's license.
And then how
But
long you
they
gotta hold your
just
provisionals though?
18 months.
Oh, okay. That ain't bad though. That ain't
But
bad.
but they didn't even give me the card.
You gotta
They just
wait.
sent the letter.
They said, hey, you can't. So you might gotta go on the NVA jank.
I don't want to do that.
Well, shit. I want to get that process done. But I don't have to never do that ever again. I'm doing everything strictly online from now on, bro. Even with the tags and shit, bro.
I
I'm doing
think that's how John got
all.
his official license too. It
I'm
was
doing
online.
doing all that shit. 'Cause that process on me, son, Zary, it takes a lot for me to take myself out of character. And I think y'all know that by now. All y'all know that by now. But bro, when I say I was real close, when she said and she said it so sassy, like that's what's getting me. Like I see she was joking, like she said and like but she literally said and she was looking at me, staring at me, chewing gum, and I'm looking at her like, no wonder why y'all got 3 stars. Wonder why y'all got 3 stars. But
And that's why I don't go to Largo.
yeah, that's why I said, you know what? If she was there, I would have asked for a goddamn ass name. And I would have reported her to the boss man. It was a white guy, white older guy that was walking around. I should have, could have got them as 5. But nah, that was my little NVA, little Janie Jane. Pretty sure. Watch when I finished, 2, 3 people joined the party around like 8, 10 ish. I'm like, hey, Demetrius, how was your day? Then I gotta explain. Just watch.
But they're not the type of people that want you to explain. Just tell them the main pieces that they care about,
Nah,
and
fuck
that's
them niggas.
it.
They
Like
gonna hit the entire story. Nope.
that's only